everybody that's in the world, man. Not a full show today. Just going to do this talk for about 15 to maybe 20 minutes. I do know that we have a lot of things that's on our mind as we approach training camp. And I'm not going to say the word, right? But I'm going to say it anyway. No news is good news, right? So with that being said, shout out to everybody that's in the chat box, man. I really appreciate you guys for tuning in to the show. Hey, it is what it is as this thing grow. Don't forget, guys, don't forget to feed me some information, man, on players that you guys like to have insights on. It's just one of those things whereas you find yourself all day waiting to speak about the Cowboys, and there's really not that much news out there, which is pretty good. Good, not good, good. It's good because of the fact that now the only news what I got, Dak Prescott saying he changing his agent, so we know Dak Prescott is about getting that money. And we heard about the Janoris Jenkins for the Giants. I think that they found a dead body up in his house. They trying to they murking people around here. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, man. Hey, so this is an impromptu show. I didn't even set up the background. I don't even have the fancy little studio all in the back where you guys can jam out to it with me. But let me give a shout out to the first person who made dirt up in this joint. Let's go up. Let's see who was Victor Baker in this mug. What's going on, man? Shout out to you, man. Victor Baker is number one. Virginia Finest, number two. And Joshua Whitlock, man, number three. Close but no cigars, they say. But we got a lot of people in this mix, man. I didn't know all you guys going to be the loyal faithful around here. I try to go live like 95, anywhere between 5 o'clock Central Standard Time until 6 every day, Monday through Friday, every, weekdays. And as the channel grow, and we're going to have more content, this thing is going to be real nice. Any news on ET? This is from Cowboys fan 1988. No news so far. I do know that Fish, he had some report out there that they offering deals. They putting deals out there. They throwing Chom out there in the water, and Seattle Seahawks still saying no. It's our marquee guy. We're gonna figure out a way to pay this man. So to me personally, see, this is what I love about the chat box. You guys create the world of my talks. So the thing is with that, me personally at this point, look, I'm not saying that I'm giving up on ET. But what I'm saying is that we probably still need to figure out a way to get him. But I'm really more so like, okay, let's go ahead and bring in the Jeff Heath. Let's go ahead and bring on the Xavier Woods. And let's see what Cam Kelly can do. Let's see whatever guy that's out there. Tyree Robinson? Let's see what these guys can do. Uh, you know, Justin Quarles, he said, damn the Giants, though. Hey, I don't wish death on no one. I hope they can figure out whatever the issue is or whatever the problem was with that body, and they can, resolve that, because we don't want to be going to funerals and stuff like that and figuring out, we don't want homicide around here. You know what I mean? Was it Duryea Williams all day, bro? That's how you say your name. Zoom dog in this mix. Notification squad. That's what I'm talking about. All up on their body. That's what I'm talking about. Notification. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. Virginia Finest retracted one message. So I can't see what you put down there. What's up? CT Cowboy DC for life. What's going on? Salute, sir. Yeah, salute. Who else we have? We have to focus on what we have now. Yeah, we can go line by line on that. Let's focus on what we have now. Which one you want to talk about? Defense or offense? We can go jump right on in. I'm gonna let you guys steer the ship on this. Defensive offense. Which one you guys want to talk about right now? This is from Buck Burrow. Good evening, Law Nation. I F with you. Keep doing what your thing. Cowboys Nation all day. Salute. Yeah, I mess with you too as well. Defense. Fear the beer gang. Hashtag to all the beer gangs out there, guys. The beer. So we're going to talk a little bit about the defense. Eighth ranked overall last year, right? One can say that, the stats are pretty much misleading because of the fact that we pretty much wasn't taking the ball away. Would you rather be like 16th or 20th ranked and have 40 just taking the ball away, interception here, fumble there? I would rather be around that area, right? So the whole philosophy of this defense is a bend but don't break philosophy. You guys saw when I did the basics of the offense and the defense, the X's and O's. And the way that Rob Marinelli plays his defense is pretty much I'm gonna play my guys back, and I want to force you guys to throw the ball underneath where my guys can rip, chase, hit, tackle, and then create turnovers that way. And when he played that way with the Chicago Bears, he had a guy named Tillman. I think his name was Peanut there, the Peanut Punch. This guy was a guy that can create turnovers. And then when he was down there in Tampa Bay, he had Rondé Barber. He had some other guys too as well. His name is kind of slipping my mind as far as the defense in the secondary. They had some guys that can take the ball away from the opposition. With that being said, in order for this thing to work out, you got to have some type of front four. And shout out to the people that put in the chat box too as well, like the Taco Charltons of the world, the T Crawford, the Brian Price. You guys saw that video, Jihad Ward, or is it Jihad or Jihad? I'm just gonna put it all together. Jihad Ward, D Law. These guys, the front four guys, and I may be missing somebody too as well, like the Coney Ely's and the Randy Gregory's, if we can ever get him back into David Irvins and stuff like that. If the front four do not, I'm talking about do not create pressure and wreak havoc up front, then 9 times out of 10, the quarterback have a perfect aim to pass the ball to the guys because they playing so far off. So that's why when you saw when we played man-to-man press cover that we rarely got beat. If you really look back at film and tape, I wish I could just have the time to curate every defensive play that we did while our guys were pressed. And what you will see out of that formation is that we have one hell of a good package with the Cheeto Bay Awuzie, the Jordan Lewis, who I call him Hip Pocket Lewis, and then on top of that too as well, if you mix in, if you sprinkle in what the Anthony Brown was doing last year when he played up tight on the line. I digress. But neither here nor there. With what the Chris Richard system is going to be, and this is just my philosophy, this is not factual truth of what Chris Richard is actually going to do out there in the defense. What he's saying is what I'm saying, is what I know what Chris Richard did in the past was he actually played his guys up tight, up close on the line. And then with that being said, what he said is, okay, I want your quarterback to say, I got to pass this ball on a 6'3" guy. I got to pass this ball on a 6'2" guy. And I have a small window of opportunity to pass this ball. But if you add that to as well, what the defensive front four is going to do, when he was playing with the Seattle with that type of philosophy, was everything. Big Maybane and this other guy that they had in the middle, they collapsed the pocket. They were stretching and fighting to the ball. I think Cliff Averils and the other guy that went to the Bennett guy. Those guys are nobody to sleep on. Those are no scrubs out there. So with that being said, hopefully the Dorrance Armstrongs and the D-Law of the world can collapse the pockets across the edge, the outer edge of the defensive end, and we can find some type of pressure somehow, some way towards the middle. Shout out to Joshua Whitlock for making a donation to help grow the nation, man. Hey, man, when you make the donation like that, man, let me see. Let's crunk with that. Alright, but I don't want to scare you guys all away with that loud stuff, right? Yeah. One day I'm gonna have a producer that's in my ear, and somebody that can be on the ones and twos, so they can really get this thing crunk with the sound clips and everything. Alright, so Zoom Dog, yes sir. He's saying yes sir. What's up, Law? This is Hulk Rage Cowboys, one of the better names that's in this box. Alright, he says, Andrew, I would sign Aaron Donald over Earl Thomas. My God, I would sign Aaron Donald over Earl Thomas. Aaron Donald is just a man child. He want quarterback money. But if you can put him into the inside, if we can play fantasy football right now, fantasy football, as it relates to Dallas Cowboys getting somebody like an Aaron Donald, on this defensive front four, if they just decide, okay, we're going to make this front four nasty and we're not going to care about what anybody say. And then on top of that, you wouldn't even really need to care about what a Jeff Heath of the world is going to do, or you wouldn't need to worry about Xavier Woods going through his growing pain. And you have an Aaron Donald, the quarterback, have a mental clock, knowing that he can't go through his progressions fast enough. He gonna have to have in his mind, I got D-Law on the other end, and when David Irving decides that he really want to play football, and you put him into the mix, oh my goodness. And did I talk about Malik Collins? Oh my goodness, that would be a real nasty. Talking about a real nasty front four with an Aaron Donald. But it's not going to happen. And I don't think that LA is foolish enough to just get rid of Aaron Donald and not sign this guy. They trying to negotiate, you know. And shout out to my guy, Italian Cowboy. He says Rome. Rome was not built in a day. It wasn't, you know. It wasn't, you know. Was it Miss Scouting Pro in the mix? Paul, it should. He's always suspended. And I guess she's talking about, or he or she that's in the chat box, are going over the David Irving situation. That's why, you know, if you look back at everything, guys, that's why we have a, believe it or not, that's why we have a Taco Charlton, somebody who can stay on the field. May not have the production that we're really looking for. That's why we have them. That's why we are forced to draft these guys tight like that. And not trying to sully or denigrate Taco Charlton. Shout out to my guy, Big Game James, Silver and Blue, producer G. They're going to be talking to Taco Charlton this weekend. And I wish I could fly up there to, what was it, Ohio, Columbus, Ohio, and get on the ones and twos and start to him too as well. And see where his mind is, see how his growth factor is. I'm really thinking that Taco Charlton, we're going to stick with the defense. I think that if he can strengthen his lower base, if he can get stronger and have a better range as far as keeping his balance together, and if he can just figure out more than one move off his pass rush and don't get hold all the time, and the NFL finally calling it, then you may see a more explosive guy. Because if you go back, and I think I did the clips already of Taco Charlton. I may can post it on the link below. When he played against the Raiders, Taco Charlton against the Raiders, I mean, he had at least 2 or 3 sacks that wasn't called because he was being held. Go back and watch that game against the Raiders. Taco was getting to the quarterback. He was wearing that man out on the edge. So that's my only hope. It was my only cry for hope for Taco Charlton. The only cry that I have, right? All right, so let's see what else we got. MD Scotty, Taco is growing into his craft. He is. But we'll see. Training camp come around. I want to see how he's going to go up against the Connor Williams. I want to see what he's going to do against big number 77. I want to see what the one-on-one against 71. And I definitely want to see him go up against Zach Martin. I think he tried to throw them hands on Zach Martin last year, right? Y'all remember that? Yes, indeed. If you don't know where that clip at, go to Cowboys fan page. Type in, because they the one that got the clip exclusive. Go to Cowboys fan page and type in, I think, Taco Charlton versus Zach Martin. And I think Zach Martin got them hands on him, boys. Taco Supreme. Buck Bill. Yes. It seems like it's going to be Taco Sundays, right? My Cowboys family, Taco plays left side behind Tank. Taco needs to get better on the right side, independent of himself. Yeah, that will work out. Miss Scouting Pro, maybe I could be a silent partner of one. Have to do many of ideas that could improve these channels. Miss Scouting Pro. I feel you. I feel what you're saying. You know, these channels, you know, a lot of times, I really talk Cowboys. It's just me. Can I just be honest to you guys? You know, I know. This is pretty much me. It's unfiltered, not crafted and scripted out. It's not a set time, like 5 minutes a day I give you the medicine of Law Nations Talk. Or it's not me going around and looking up tons of stats. I look up enough stats at work, right? So it's just not me doing all of this stuff, and it's just me giving you guys pretty much, without you guys physically seeing my pants down, it's just me with my pants down, talking Cowboys. And it's just what it is. Viral killer Law. You better than any of them jokers on ESPN. Yeah. Think about ESPN, them 6-figure salaries or 7-figure salaries to those out there who just really above on the higher epsilon. Hey, it is what it is, man. They talk, they got producers in their ear, they can shoot them messages, they can shoot them stuff. And broadcasting is not even my passion. You know, I just like football. I love the Dallas Cowboys in the way of liking football. And it just so happened that you guys say, okay, yeah, this guy, you know, he trying to talk jazz to us and stuff like that, but it's just me. Look, to be honest to you, when I first started this channel, my whole goal was to get 1,000 subscribers. And not even just that. Before you get 1,000 subscribers, my whole goal was just to post some clips of the Cowboys while I'm at work so I can watch the Cowboys play. And it just so happened that people was like, hey man, what are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on that? And then that's when it sparked the Law Nation's channel. So if everybody leave me tomorrow and I only have like 100 people in this room, I'll still be a happy guy, because I'm talking about the team that I love and I'm showing you guys the passion and the things that I like. So that's why I say, if you out there and if you want to start a YouTube channel, if you want to start a Twitter, a Facebook page, stuff like that, or Twitch, man, just go out there, shove a camera in your face and just start talking. People gonna come. If you got content, if you don't have any content, they'll still come. But that's what I do, you know. I just get out here to speak my mind, and then you got some people that disagree, and then I just hit them with those, those, you know, convinced against their will is of the same opinion still. I'm not trying to change your mind. If you think the wall behind me is pink, so be it, you know, let it be. If you think my shirt is red, then let it be. But that's your opinion, that's not mine. So, you know, and I have no business to worry about what you're thinking about. That's what I live for, you know. This is from my Cowboys family. Law is one of the best. We struggle, but it's a grind. Hey, my Cowboys family, I think that you guys do a fantastic job, man, exposing everything. You got your family out there, you got your fiance, you got everybody tuning in to the passion, the love that you have, the things that you put out there as far as what our expectation for this year. Believe it or not, I believe collectively 5 to 10 years from now, people are going to tune into this type of talk format versus, and you know, some people are like, hey man, why are you saying these ghetto ebonic stuff and all this stuff? But you guys really want me to sit up here and be like, hey, thank you for tuning in to Nothing But the Best. And today we're going to talk about the Dallas Cowboys. And we're going to talk about the way that we should win the Super Bowl. You know, you don't want that cookie cutter person, right? And then on top of that, everybody, when you meet somebody for the first time, you always have that false representation of a person, right? That narrative of somebody who been who they really not. And then when you finally get to meet the real person, you say, hey, that person is either not that bad or that person's still a jackass, you know. So you still want to, I just want you guys to know who I am, you know what I mean? But Hulk, Rage, Cowboys, Law, you good, bro? Yes, I try to be, you know what I mean? So let's speak this raw thunder, man, of what we're going to do this year as far as the offensive line. Connor Williams, shout out to Zoom Dog. He's saying Connor Williams got the strength, got the arms up there. This is what I really need to focus in when training camp is coming around. I really need to figure out who is Martin? Was it? I forgot this man's name. It slipped my mind. Martin, right? The guy that we picked up from the 49ers. I want to know who he really is. You know, I want to know if he can step it up. Cam Fleming. I really want to see Cam Fleming. I want to see his one-on-one. This offensive line, it hinges on the fact that if Cam Fleming can step it up and Marcus Martin, appreciate you, man, Italian Cowboys, man, coming through from the clutch. I really want to see those one-on-one interactions, seeing how they can, you know, compete. And I want to see, really, believe it or not, I want to see what the world the Cowboys still see in Chaz Green. I know you guys really want to see that too as well. Is Chaz Green going to be able to hold the fort when somebody lay down? And that's what we really want to see. These guys, these one-on-ones. We don't really worry about the Travis Martins. We really putting a placeholder on Lyle Collins. We took that off during the latter part of the season. And Zach Martin, we know those three guys going to come through the clutches. But number 77, we want to see if he's going to have those Romo Wednesdays. If they're going to continue to do that, he's only, what, 26, 27? So we want to know if that back hold up. Because, see, next year, if that back don't hold up for Tyron Smith, then next year, I'm telling you guys, next year we're going to draft another offensive lineman. I do know that everybody's saying, why are you putting all your resources on that one end of the football? But if he can't hold up, and that's the main pillar, that's the most important part of one of the most important part of your offense is the left tackle, because most quarterbacks are right hand and left tackle blocks the blind side. So if we're going to stay focused, and I do know that it's going to get crazy, because a lot of people say, wait a minute, Law, you trying to tell me that they're going to put another resource out there on offensive line? It could be quite possible. Or, this is the other thing. If, and I'm going to say this, if Tyron Smith back do not hold up, will Connor Williams be able to slide to the left tackle? We all know that he played left tackle in college. Will they be able to kick Flemings in the inside? Or will they keep Flemings, will they keep Connor Williams in the middle like the left guard and kick Flemings to the left tackle? We want to see all that. So I want you guys with your Twitter fingers, those who are out there, the Twitter warriors, those who can ask Brian Broaddus, can we really focus in on this offensive line? When you're doing your reports, can you please give us some insights? Give us some feedback on the offensive line, because we go as far as the offensive line go, and we go as far as Ezekiel Elliott goes, and we go as far as Dak Prescott can will and lead this team. This is from Quentin Holiday. What's up, Law? When are we going to promote Chris Richard to head coach? I need answers. He want answers, guys. He want answers. Do you want the truth? Do you want the truth? Well, this is the thing, Quentin. We really don't know. And for me, I know Miss Scouting Pro might have some insight to that. But Miss Scouting Pro might have some insights to whether or not, and she may answer that question. Do we know whether or not Rob Marinelli is trying to retire or not? Do we know? Can you answer that question? Because she got the inside plug. She got the scoop. Let us know in the chat box whether or not, if Rob Marinelli is trying to retire or not trying to retire. And how close was Eberflus or Eberflus? Is Eberflus or Eberflus? One of the Flus. Was the next guy in waiting, but he saw that Rob Marinelli was coming back, so he was like, look, I do not want to step on the Grand Wizard. I'm going to go ahead and go to Indian, Colts? I think, did he take the job? I'm going to go ahead and go to the Colts, and I'm going to coach them up, and I'm going to snatch some guys from there, and that's just what it is, the real talk. So we go as far as those two processes goes, or whether or not Chris Richard is going to become the defensive coordinator before he becomes the head coach. I just don't see them making the passing game coordinator bump him all the way up to head coach. I just don't see the Cowboys operating that way. This is Daniel Stevens. Appreciate the show, Law. Thank you for making a donation to help grow the nation. Donated $2.99. Those 99 pennies counts. Don't let nobody say that the pennies don't count. Salute to you, man. Thank you for growing the nation. All right, so this is from I'm just gonna go Troy. This is from Lord Ellis first. He says Rico, man. Rico Swabber. We're gonna talk on that. Troy Grady. Where does Coney Ely fits in his rotation? Oh yeah. You remember Charles Tapper, right? That first game, how they put him in last year. I think he got a sack his first game, and then he snapped up some stuff too as well. I think that they're going to utilize Coney Ely the same way. He was going to be the rotational guy. And I definitely don't see them pushing or putting Coney Ely to the inside. Just not his strong suit. And I really think that they're going to use him as a rotational piece. I think you're going to see heavy play with Coney Ely during the third and fourth quarter. First quarter, I think that their rotation is going to be more so of Taco Charlton coming off, and also what's the other guy named Dorrance Armstrong. Those two guys gonna be battling out there, and then you're gonna throw in the Coney Ely towards the third quarter. We look good on that aspect. We are a finesse front four, and I'm saying that from here, this front four looks really good as far as the defensive end. My only reservation is the defensive tackle, and trust me, the David Irvin situations is really getting on my nerves. It's really got on my nerves, really. This is from gaming. Is it Club or Cub Gaming? He said, "What's up, Law? Shout out to you. This is my Cowboys family. I know, just saying, he was the best that we had, non-puppet type in the house. I don't know. You guys are talking about a coaching situation, right? Misguiding prop. Let's see. What we got? I know I put this down here earlier. Tony Romo must skill pass. All right, so he was the coach in Seattle. This is from David McLaundry. I don't know. I don't know. You guys talking about Chris Richard, right? What is this? Quentin Holiday. This is Jason's second crack at a young talent. It is. This is his second crack at it. And one can argue the fact that Jason Garrett himself, what it was, Jason Garrett himself had tremendous opportunities and tremendous skill sets on his team. Think about the Tony Romos and the Dez Bryants and the DeMarco Murray, and one can say that he had D-Law too as well for a spell. So, I mean, we got all of the excuses, and I always say everybody have reasonings, but results is what matter. And this year long, I think that it's an even year, so we can go with the little fun and game talking about it's an even year, but Jason Garrett must step it up. And with the coaching philosophy, my only reservations with this entire organization as far as coaching is the second half adjustments. We have to fix those things. Think about this. We lost some major games last year just by not making those adjustments, which were crucial to everything. This is from Marquez, I think that's how you say his name. Chris Richard has an interview with the head coach for the last 2 years. He did, but what's on paper? You interview. You can go to interviews, but are you closing out on your interviews? It's something that somebody have a reservations on, and that brother, he gonna have to step it up. Maybe this year you in the spotlight of the Dallas Cowboys, and we all know when the Cowboys win, everybody's looking at the roster from A to Z. We've seen plethora through the 90s. Everybody's getting pretty much pulling from the Cowboys roster, and we saw that. Jason is not a head coach. He's a motivational speaker. This is from Carl Bartley. I agree. I think that Jason Garrett is more so a positioning guy. I think that he can will a team, but I just think that as far as him coaching, and you guys can watch the All or Nothing 3,000 times over, and you just don't really see the adjustments that's on the sideline. I do know that I might get some Jason Garrett's apologists with some hate mail, but that's the truth. What's up, Cowboy Nation from Mississippi? And Anthony White, shout out to you. Mississippi, born and raised. This is from, shout out to you, Miss Scouting Pro. She says, I think it's cute that you think Chris Richard would turn this team into the Legion of Boom 2.0. And this is at my Cowboys family. Thanks the same. But this is not an opinion. I think that she's speaking from truths. I think that you're speaking from your heart, and I love that. And then both, my Cowboys family, this defense need to change, regardless of where we looking at it from the Legion of Boom. And you're talking about 8th overall last year. And you're talking about 8th overall last year in defense. And we saw how Rob Marinelli, he's still ancient in a sense because he plays so much prevent. When we up, we just plants everybody far back into the stadium almost. And I always say prevents you from winning, right? Now you have a different philosophy. Now we have guys that's going to play uptight and up front. We all know about the scheme and schematics. We understand that. But what I'm saying is that Chris Richard wills people. He is a different voice. Now, with everybody, game 1, week 1, week 2, will we see this defense as being what Chris Richard did at the Seattle Seahawks? Maybe not. But one thing I can say from a talent-wise, you can agree or disagree, and this is just facts from here. On paper, this is just paper, one sheet of paper, when we're on the roster, we can see that talent-wise, Chris Richard has a better deck of cards now, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate mail for this. He has a better deck of cards than what he had with collectively, and I'm saying collectively if you put everything together, than what he had out there in Seattle Seahawks. Now, what people would do is they'll look at the Super Bowl, they'll look at the winning aspect, they'll look at the end product, and they say, Law, find a river, jump in it, close your eyes, and don't come back up. But this is what you can't do. We got to allow this process to go through, and I do know we hate the word process because we've been going through this for a long time. But when you have Cheeto Bear Awuzie, if you look at the Seattle Seahawks in 2000 and pretty much not the 12, I think the 2011 year, before they became as their Legion of Boom, when they were just Legion, I think at that point. They didn't have a guy that was equaling what a Cheeto Bear Awuzie was, right? Because they had, in 2011, they had the Brandon Browner, how you say this man's name? And I got the tape, and believe it or not, I got the actual game, Dallas Cowboys versus the Seattle Seahawks 2011 on my YouTube page. And Tony Romo carved him up. He ate up Brandon Browner. He ate up Richard Sherman. And he ate up half of their secondary, passing the ball. Our guy, Tony Romo, in 2011. At that point, that team was in jail together. And one can argue the fact that now, this team with Jordan Lewis, Cheeto Bear Awuzie, Byron Jones of all people, this talent collectively is better than what they had. Now they did have Earl Thomas, but guess what? In 2011, he still got ate up by Tony Romo. So guys, go back, look at the tape. I'm gonna try to post that link down below too as well. The whole entire game is clipped. It's like 37 minutes or something like that, where you can go back and look at the 2011 Seattle Seahawks. Then you try to make those comparable to the, I guess, quote unquote, because they still had beast mode, I think, at the time. And you try to compare them to this team right here. Pale in comparison. But hopefully, you know, we don't really need the Legion of Boom here. We Dallas Cowboys, we just need somebody to get the ball, get the takeaways, turnovers, fumbles. Remember what I said last year when the show first started. Would you rather have 8th ranked overall defense, what we had last year? Or would you rather be like 16th or like 20th overall and have more interceptions and fumbles? Let me know in the comment down in the chat box down below. Let me know. ET is not going to happen. This is from Italian Cowboys. Yeah. This is from San the Man 213. What's our special team? Will it be okay this season? I hope so, man. I hope so. I think our special team is going to be lights out. I'm still leaning on Tavon Austin. I think he's going to take at least 1 or 2 to the house, and we'll be happy about that, right? Pretty much so. I've been going for 33 minutes. I said I was going to do it for like 30 minutes. Look for film of Tyree Robinson, and also I'm scraping the bottom of our list. Trying to find anybody that I can see that I can take a real good look at, and I've been looking at this Ash kid, you know, horrible, right? But he's better against the run than versus the pass. He's not moving the pocket. He plays inside, of course. He's one of the defensive tackle guys. It just looking at his film, it's just not really just jumping out to me, and I see why that he's really at the bottom of the roster. He may be one of those guys that may not make the team. I think Neal give you a better pressure up the middle than he did last year, but we just got to look at the tape honestly. So I'm just gonna give a few shout outs to everybody. Don't forget to put down where you're from, and we will take a look at everything too as well. Then you need a new secondary. The current team won't have more than 15. This is from Miss Scouting I'm about to call you Miss Scouting Cowboy. Miss Scouting Pro, yeah, I understand. But Burial, definitely we need more turnovers, Law, yes. All right. Dr. Cowboy, what's up, man? Shout out to you. Lance, I can't say your last name. Is this Statue? Defense will be top 5 this year. Pretty much you saying you can book it. Yeah, we can book that. Oh man, too early bury beef for the hen, but I'm gonna get the hen later on down. You know, break out the champagne bottles and the Hennessy. Yeah, you guys know. Hey, I do need a haircut though. You need to get them edges, man. You need to get them edges right. That's from Ellis Jr. Yeah, I need to get that haircut. Keep the beard game strong. Satchel. Dougie, hey man, I appreciate you guys, man. Let's go and jam out, man. Let's get this thing going. I'm finna roll. That's been my time. I really want you guys to subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. Join the notification squad so when I jump in live like 95, you guys can see my face, you know. It ain't that bad looking, you know. It ain't that bad. And then also, I want you guys to also share this information. Let Cowboys Nation know that your brother from another mother. I don't look like Danny Glover. People say I look like James Harden, but I'm 8 years older than the brother, so he looked like me. So you guys know how that go. If you go to the Dallas Cowboys YouTube page, this made me crunk too as well. And when you click on Dallas Cowboys YouTube page, right, there's a little section where it says related content or related article. You see my face, you see the Law Nations, you see the nation. We made the Cowboys, we universal, baby. So when you guys go to the Cowboys YouTube page, you go also see Law Nation. That's what I'm talking about, baby. So hey, what else we have? Dr. Cowboy, hey son, Taco Bomb. Was it Taco Bell Bomb? I was too raw for Mark Holmes page. Hey, Taco Bell Bomb, man. Shout out to you, man. Hey, man, I always want you to, you always welcome a seat in the nation, baby. Bring the heat. I need you, man. Joseph, what's going on? Sandberg, what's going on? Prince Williams Country, you know, county, what's going on? Mobile, Alabama. What's up, man? Mike D, my Cowboys family. Hey, beer game all day, every day, even twice on Sunday. Shout out to the beer game. If you can't grow a beard, try to grow one, because it's nice, you know, it's good to have on your face. All right, playoffs for sure. Yes, indeed. Let's get up out of here. You guys are listening to Nothing But the Best. Salute.